is at hand. Ghostly hauntings since time began. Wrong side paranormal seeks the truth, looking for some kind of real proof. Creepy floorboards and eerie dark mist. Grab your camera and document this. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s, or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the wrong side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s, or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. The icy air touches your neck. You feel like screaming, but you stay in check. Orbs rising up to take the magical flight. You can't believe what's happening tonight. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side.
Hello, hello, everybody. Happy hump day. We made it to Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing great. I am solo tonight, guys. So sorry if it disappoints anybody, but here I am. Let's see who jumped in to join me. Hi, Cree. How are you? Hi, Janice. Hi, Purple. How's it going? Hello, hello, Sir Pomp. And there's Miss Pinky, the chairman. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hi, Miss Betty. How are you doing? I hope you're well. It's good to see you in here. It's great to see everybody. Hello, Leanne. How are you? Steph. Steph is lurking, guys, so watch it. She's watching from behind the scenes. I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with me on this Wednesday. Hey, Miss Candy. How's it going? How's it going? How is everybody doing? So you guys are just going to have to talk to me directly. So we have nobody to share any banter with. So it's just us guys. Hope everybody is well. Remember, guys, you can ask any questions that you'd like. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. What's everybody up to? Hello, Chris. How's it going? Thanks for joining in. What a beautiful day we had today here in the central New York area. Beautiful, perfect summertime weather as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me. Let's see. Steph said that sky was beautiful. Fire of the the picture I put up of the sky after the storm. Yes, wasn't that awesome? I was so glad I could catch that one. Love it. I figured I'd just start throwing them out there, see what you guys think. It's great when we're up on the mountain and we're on the lake and we can catch those kinds of photographs. It's great. And it's amazing. It just totally floors me that I can catch them with just the phone, even though I bring all of the equipment and stuff with me. I know go out and grab the 35 millimeter. I just grab the phone. So much easier. Having a late dinner tonight. Yummy. What are you having? I threw something together. It was just whatever. How do we know that the earth has a molten core if anybody hasn't been there? Good question. With the technology, apparently, that they have nowadays, they can get down in there because they send stuff down inside volcanoes. And not for nothing, when it's coming out of a volcano, where's it coming from? It's got to come from the middle. Uh, let's see. I will chit chat soon. For now, lurking. That's okay. Lurk away. I hope everybody is great. The chairman says, yeah, you wouldn't have a magnetic field if there was no molten core. Yes. Yeah. It's very important. And could you imagine, if the movement of the earth itself, it's kind of like a lubricant, actually, guys. If we didn't have that in there, could you imagine the damage that would be with things shifting and moving, and it'd just break up? It'd be a horrible mess. Hello, Shadow Cat. How are you? I know they were talking the other night. I forgot which one I was watching, and they were talking about all of this kinds of stuff. And, people that, flat earthers and all of this kinds of things. And, I mean, come on, guys, the moon's round. Why would the earth be flat? I mean, it's common sense, the earth is hollow. Must be King Kong lives there. Yeah. And he's getting ticked off and he's shaking things up. But I have noticed that we've had a lot of eruptions lately. Who knows? Could be, because of the change in our weather patterns that are causing this. But of course, it's kind of like a timeline. Have you ever noticed, so many years and then all of that builds up and then finally it has to let loose, which is good. Steph says, oh, the plates are shifting, especially in North America. Yeah, everything is. The earth is flat. Haven't you been to a waterfall? Yeah, okay, Chris. Oh, I don't know. Was that your podcast? I think I was watching. I don't know that people were talking about it. I watch so many things, I forget where I'm getting this stuff from. And the people are serious. They're serious. Why is everything else, spherical in the solar system? Why would the Earth be flat? Cree says there is a sub here that a place makes, but I knew I could make a steak, smoked meat, onion, and colored pepper, mushroom, lettuce, and tomato, and Italian dressing on top. So good. Oh yeah, it is. If you've got all the stuff, make them at home. And I always tell you, the bread makes the sandwich. Totally makes the sandwich. If you got shitty bread, forget it. I mean, you could put gold in there and it's not going to taste good. From the solar flares and the ions that are hitting the earth, it builds up and needs to release at some point. Yeah, we just, they're pressure valves. But it gets, it's terrible when it's really bad. And then a lot of people get injured or expire because of the earth's natural stuff. Food, I'm starving. Oh, Leanne, you didn't eat yet? We had a lot of short time before truthing. Oh, okay, Chris. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it was your podcast. Like I said, I've watched so many that I'm like, okay, where did I pick this up? That people, the flat earthers, I think people got flat heads is what it is. Pom says, yeah, flat earth is a bit out. Did the Scientology guy come up with that one? Oh, probably. Probably. Who the hell knows? It was further in Law 8-1. So yeah, me. Did you hear about the shooting at a church? No, Chairman, I didn't. I didn't watch any news today, so I don't know what's going on today. But that's terrible. I hate it when you hear about that kind of thing. If you're going to do yourself in, take yourself out alone. Why do you got to take the innocent with you? I just never understood that mindset. I mean, you're punishing people that had nothing to do with your problems. Excuse me. Let's see. Have you ever, or you have your own channel and you talk a lot of people now. What surprised you the most so far? Oh wow, that's a hard question, Cree. Um, I have talked with a lot of people, and we have talked about a lot of things. Oh, what has surprised me the most? I think what still surprises me the most is that with all of us in the community that are really hitting it hard on the truth in the field, that surprises me that people still believe all these other channels out there that are just shoveling the shit. You know what I mean, guys? That surprises me with all of the information that we have today and things that have been dissected by like with Kenny Biddle and all the debunkers and just even if they went out and did it themselves. Excuse me, I'm just really surprised that people still don't get it, still don't understand. Um, let's see, I did say they said how many? Cheat shirting. What on earth could 6 hours 14-year-olds have to do to deserve that? Oh my goodness. So it was young children, 17 wounded and 2 dead. Oh, and Pom says 2 past 14-inch. Oh my goodness. Let's all just send a silent prayer for those poor people and their families. What a hot mess. I don't get it, guys. I really don't. Sheeta says, I've given up on trying to understand people. You know, it's, you always try to understand what somebody's going through. Everybody in their lives goes through hard times. We've all been there, done it, and survived it. And there's a lot of times where a lot of people have been on, hell, I've been on the edge, you know, but then, you know, my common sense brain kicks in. So maybe that's the part they're missing. Thinking, you know, why is this and why am I doing this? You know, I need somebody to help me. Did you have a nice time away at the lake? Sounds like a wonderful, relaxing time. Yes, we did, Candy. It is a wonderful place to go. Even if I have to bring my crazy dog. Actually, she was a good girl this time around, except for, you know, the interlude with the ducks. She thinks that there's something to play with, and the ducks are bitching because they want to come up on land, and she's in the way, and so it's really funny. But it was perfect. The weather was perfect. Even when it rained later in the weekend at night, the weather was just perfect. And I'm glad that, you know, we had the opportunity to go because I've been stuck home all summer. And, you know, when you can't afford to travel and, you know, it's great when you get that quick opportunity. And I'm very blessed that I have friends that have, you know, camps that I can go to and visit with them and enjoy such a nice place. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Yeah, that's what it is. You watch the news. It's always bad. It's always bad. No matter when you turn the news on, it's like, oh, this happened and that happened. And, you know, this got hit by this and that. And I'm thinking, oh, you know, that's why I stopped watching it because it's just always bad news. Hello, Miss Raven. How are you? So, yeah, I get my tidbits here and there, you know, online and then I cut the line because, you know, then it depresses you the whole day, you know, or you get angry all day. And, you know, my husband watches stuff. He gets so mad. I go, what are you going to do about it? You can't do a damn thing about it. Sir Pom says, I don't mean to insult my American friends, but don't make it so easy for people to own guns, then expect them not to be used and abused regularly. It doesn't happen over here. Pop, to be honest with you, it's not that easy to get a firearm legally here in the United States. So if somebody ends up with one and they're doing something awful with it, it's usually something they've bought off the streets or they stole from a family member, because you have to fill out paperwork. I am not kidding you. It's about this thick to be processed to own firearms, especially handguns. You have to go through all kinds of background tests and checks, and you have to have, law enforcement authorities sign paperwork and judges, and It's not easy. And I believe that, we should see there, Bill just says it's not easy. It's there's so many restrictions, so many things you've got to go through. So most of the times, yeah, they're stolen or they're sold. They bought them off the streets. And that's the usual. They're bought off the streets, so they're illegal firearms. Hello, Sir Bill. And it's terrible. It really is terrible. Hello, Julie, sweetie. How's it going? Now, when my husband, we lived in Missouri for a short time, it's easier there to obtain a license for firearms. But when we moved back here, my husband had to surrender the weapon because we didn't have the legal paperwork for New York State. So my husband left it there with my brother-in-law, who happened to be a policeman. So he ended up with my husband's handgun. I concealed carry and the paperwork was pain in the ass. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I have an uncle who lives in Arizona, and he is licensed to carry in every state except for New York, because New York has separate regulations. So if they come to visit, he has to stop somewhere, purchase a safety deposit box, drop off his firearms, have them locked up, and then he can come across New York State. And it's ridiculous because he works pretty much for the government, and he still can't carry here because he didn't go through the process here in New York. New York is very hard. Yeah, because it took me years to get my carry. So yeah, it takes years. And you could go through that whole process, pay all that money, and they'll say, no, we don't think you deserve to have that. So it's not that simple. 20 elementary kids were hurt along with 6 adults at Sandy Hook, and not changes were made. I think that's when I gave up because I knew changes would never come. Changes come, but it's always affects the people who do it legally. That's the problem. I was always brought up to respect firearms. You follow the rules, you take classes, you know what you're supposed to do. And it's great. I used to love going target shooting. I loved it. Hunting. You go hunting, or just you have it in your home for protection. It's and there's just, you follow the rules and everything, but see, the criminals or the people that have mental health issues aren't following those rules. So that's where the problem comes from. A shadow case. People get guns on the streets. Yeah, it's not legal. I can tell you, it's totally not legal. Yes, Steph. Actually, somebody that I know, their son was busted for producing 3D. He had a 3D printer. That blew my mind. I had no clue that you could produce something like that on a 3D printer. And, he got busted. And I'm telling you, it was federal. They came and took him away. Haven't seen him since. And this was a young kid who thought he knew everything. And that blew my mind, because my son is a 3D printer. And I'll be like, oh, cool. You can make like all these superhero figures and all of this. I'm still waiting for my Star Trek tri-level chessboard because that's what I wanted him to make me. But it never dawned on me that you could produce a firearm with a printer. That just freaking blows me away. Hey, V Team Paranormal, welcome. A new face. Lovely to have you. So yeah, tonight is open mic night, V Team. So we talk about anything and everything. And ask any questions that you'd like to ask. I will answer them the best I can. Hello, Miss Susan. How are you? Let's see. Cree says, let's be honest. The NRA has lawmakers in their pockets because even gun enthusiasts want better regulations, and they stop. Yeah. Well, it's the usual. The one who's have the money, makes the rules. And it always hurts the people that pay attention and respect the rules, but they make it harder and harder. harder and harder. And the thing is, I don't believe in surrendering, because then the criminals have the upper hand. So if they break into your home, they have a weapon. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? How are you going to protect yourself or your family? Okay, baseball bat, but you got to make sure you've got the upper edge. And who usually has that? Because those scumbags usually pop in when you're sleeping. Hello, Justin. How are you? Popping in just before you go to sleep. Well, I'm so glad that you did. Just to let you know, Justin, you were voted Sexy Man of the Paranormal for September. I will send you a copy of the magazine when I publish it. I love it. Let's see. So, Steph says, live in these blue states like I do, at least in Florida. You have to stand your ground in Massachusetts. If you have to flee to safety, F that. Yeah. Well, I know I used to be, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. It used to be the rule here in New York, if they broke into your home and you are threatened, it's life threatening, you do have the right to shoot and defend yourself, as long as it's within the home. I don't know if it's changed, because we really don't deal in with firearms and stuff anymore. So I don't know what the upgraded rules are or regulations. But I know Bill keeps up. But that used to be the rule here. If they are in your home and your life is threatened, you have a right to defend yourself without any kind of prosecution. I was put through firearm training, but I was told if I was not willing to kill someone, if I needed to, don't get a gun. I never got a gun. I don't have issues with people owning guns. Yeah. Well, we've had several firearms. Like I said, I grew up in a house that had my father was in the military. So we were taught, to respect. It's a weapon. You respect it. It's dangerous if you don't. Look how many accidents there are. That people, accidentally hurt themselves or somebody else because they don't handle it in a proper manner. And it's horrible. It really is. So you really need to be up on it and pay attention to what the hell you're doing. Pinky said, I had to do a lot to get my license so that I could go hunting. Our guns are kept in a gun safe and are for hunting only. Yeah. See, that's, and you keep the ammunition also in a separate place. Don't keep everything in the same place and everything always locked up. Pretty much the only thing we have now here is archery equipment. So anything goes down here, you're getting an arrow in your ass. And just to let you guys know, I'm a dead-on shot with a bow. So it's great. Let's see. Good man, I asked last night. I thought you missed it. I was interested to study car mechanics. It was passed down through father until. Oh, he was asking Bill about his mechanical skills. Let's see. You come into my house, threaten me or my loved ones, you won't be leaving. Amen to that, sister. Let's see. Oh, just think it should be as hard to get a gun as it is driver's license. You have to go to classes and have someone there to teach you to drive. And then you have to be tested. A gun, nothing. Each state has different rules, Cree. It used to be that for hunting, of course, you have to go to a hunter safety course. As far as a handgun or just personal rifle use, stuff like that, I don't know right now. Because I did hear that they were going to make people go through classes and training. Like I said, it's been years since we've even looked into any of that. So a lot of that has changed. Excuse me. That's what I'm saying. If Bill could answer that question, probably, because he still has that stuff. Steph says family friend is undercover and he tells us everything. Those 3Ds are yeah. I'm telling you, it blows my mind. See, that's what I'm saying. You've got something that is brilliant. A 3D printer is brilliant, and what you can make with those. And it takes one person to say, well, I'm going to make this, and just ruins it for everybody. Use that intelligence, for something that is a positive thing for the community. Nope, we're going to do this. And so the bad people can go around and hurt other people. I don't know. Hey, Boo, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. New York is ridiculous. My brother was turned into HR because he had a pocket knife. Oh, yeah, you've got to watch it with that, too. Only certain ones are allowed. And it changes that as the years go by, because my son was a collector of swords, as you can see behind me. Those two of his swords. Swords, knives. A lot of the stuff in his collection, as the years went by, New York made illegal. So he has them locked up, but you can't purchase these things anywhere. And they're all collector pieces, but they are functional. So New York is very strict. Very, very strict. And that's the one thing my husband complains about the most, is the strictness of, every time you turn around, they're always going after the people that pay attention to the laws, and we're the ones that are affected. The criminals aren't affected by any of these laws. They don't care. They don't care. Knives versus guns. Guns usually win. Yeah. Boo says, Laura, there's always ways around defending yourself in your home, even in New York. I can tell you if you want. Oh, no, you can if you want to share that. I would love it. But yeah, even though we don't have firearms in the home anymore, when my son moved, he took them with him because he's going to lock them all up in his safe. But like I said, I have archery equipment here. We have a dog. I have a baseball bat. So yeah, you're not going to get into my home without me being forewarned, because the dog, I always tell you, you can't fart past my house, and the dog she doesn't miss anything, not a damn thing. So she's my alarm system, letting me know. The short list must have been very short. Do you think you should be able to go to a gun show and purchase a gun without having a license or background check? No, the people who have taken the courses and are responsible going under, like me. Yeah, no, you have to have all the background check, all of that before you can purchase it. And usually they do that while you're at shows. They have a station. Well, they used to anyway. Like I said, they used to have stations there set up by the state police where they would run the checks and all the bells and whistles. And then the purchase would be allowed. But like I said, things have changed so much over the years. And family and friends should be allowed to buy and carry through any state. You'd think, but they're not. Like I said, my uncle can carry and my uncle works for the government, and he can carry anywhere, but he can't carry in New York, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. And he don't make a big deal out of it. He just, like I said, he has it locked up somewhere safe, in a safety deposit box. And then when he drives back through on his way home, he stops and picks it up. Let's see. Steph said, during my training, the police officer told us that we have to flee our home, that if we shoot the injured or kill the perpetrator, can sue me for the family members can. Yeah. And I forget where you are, Steph. Here in New York, it used to be, if it's in your home. Now, if he's outside, that's a different story. If he's in the house and you let him have it, then they can't sue. But like I said, I haven't been up to date on those. They might have changed that too. But I look at it this way. You enter and you plan on giving harm. Don't expect to be walking out the door. How easy or difficult it is to get to ammo. You could go into the store and go buy a box of ammo. No questions. You got to fill out, a form probably. But yeah, around here, you could just go buy it. But it's not that easy to purchase the weapon. That's what I'm saying, Yes, Cree. Yes, that's what it used to be. If you did hit them outside, drag them back into the house. But like I said, I don't remember what the laws are now. uh, it's such a shame that people even feel that they have to protect themselves. Your home should be a safe haven. Yeah, it should be, in a perfect world, it should be. Unfortunately, we never really had to worry about that much stuff back when I was a kid. Now, what the problem is there's a large prison that's not too far from us. And a lot of the people from New York City, when they get charged for their crimes, they're sent to the prison that's up this way. So then their family members and friends all move up into our areas. And these aren't good people. So they come up this area so they could go visit whoever's in prison and then continue to do their illegal business on our streets. It's awful. It really is. Okay, see, Bill, Bill has the update. He says that's correct. As long as you have no way to flee, but it's always up to the state attorney if they want to prosecute. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, you have a right to defend yourself. If they're coming in there and they're swinging or shooting, it is what it is. There you go, Pinky. Yeah, crossbow's awesome. Hey, Ace, how's it going? Yeah, I love a good crossbow. And it's funny because I've never was really into archery. And then when my husband and I met up with a friend of ours, he was heavily into it. So I started shooting. And the guy that owned the shop was a professional. I mean, pure blood professional. The guy was amazing. And it was a specialty shop. And the first time they saw me shoot, he said I was a natural. He was really impressed by me. And this guy was a pure pro. So we got all of our stuff from his shop. So it was custom made to fit us. And it used to make me laugh because then when we moved to Missouri, all they get is like Walmart bows and stuff like that. So, we had special dipped arrows and all these special bows. And the guy was like, where did you get all that? And, we said, oh, well, it's a specialty shop in New York. And I said, you can't get that stuff here. And then when he saw us shoot, he kind of got ticked off because I was better than him. The equipment's got to fit you so that you can shoot properly. It's actually funny. The first time my son and I and my husband, we did a 3D shoot, and my son and I both won trophies that day. And it was the very first time that we went. It was so much fun. But just remember, guys, when you're shooting off of a tree stand, keep your boob out of the way because the string really hurts. You only do that once. Chris says, if you apply for a gun, you have 48 hours, and then you have to get the gun. The problem is it takes longer than that to get the info back from the FBI. They do it pretty quick. It's the rest of the paperwork that's the pain in the cheeks. Like I said, I'm not kidding. It's like, it's like a book. And people just get disgusted and say, I'm done. I just don't want to be bothered. And that's what they're counting on. Justin said, I just read that there have been 57 shootings so far this year at K through 12 schools. As a teacher, I find that horrifying. It is horrifying. It is. Ever since that Sandy Hook shooting, the school shootings, all of our schools, you can't get in any of them. Even if your kid's in there, you can't get in them. What you do is you walk through the doors, and there's it's a breezeway, and it's all bulletproof glass. And there's a person sitting there behind it and asking, what do you want, who you are, and why are you there? You say, well, I'm here to pick up so-and-so. And you have to fill out the name of the student and who you are on this pad. And then they make you stand there. And then they go contact the teacher. And then the teacher lets the child come out so that you can gather your child. This is, during school hours. And after school, you're still not allowed in there. You have to wait. If you're picking up your child, you've got to wait in your vehicle out in the parking lot. So they don't even let kids go home for lunch anymore. The school is totally locked down for the whole time the kids are in there. I know. That's what I'm saying, Creed. 3D printers are amazing. Who the hell? I know some jerk come up with the plans to make that. And then you get, wise guys, kids like, this neighbor that we had figured, well, I'm going to make a buck off of these. And who cares who does with what? Well, like I said, he found out when the federal authorities showed up and carted his butt away. And it didn't surprise me because he was a problem child and a smart ass. He figured, he was a big, tough gangster man. And well, he found out what it's like to be a gangster. Now you're in prison. And that's where he belongs. Because if you're going to do that and cause people to lose their lives, you deserve the punishment that goes along with it. Let's see, Justin, I think all year he should be licensed and should be able to carry in schools to protect our children. And we actually have, in high schools here, they have armed policemen that patrol the halls so that the kids are safe. Laws are odd things all around the world, like driving. You need a license, yet to use a boat on the sea, you don't. Here you do, Pomp. They changed it. You have to have a boating license. Even if you have a driver's license, it doesn't make a difference anymore. Now you have to take a course and a test to get a boating license. That's just another way for New York to get some more tax money out of you. But yeah, it used to be where if you had a license, you didn't need it for the boat. But if two cars collide at 30 miles per hour, chance to survive is a lot higher than the two. Yeah, it's they just recently changed that. Then you have loopholes. You can go to a gun show and get a gun and not have to get a background check. Oh, no, they do the background checks. You have to have the background check. Let's see. You could sell a gun you own and not have to go through. Yes, private sale is different. Oh, welcome. Little Content Farm. Just be nice in here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, private sale. You don't have to, that people don't have to go through all of that mess. But the problem is if they do something illegal with that firearm, guess who is going to get blamed for it? The person that the firearm was registered to. So the person, say that the gun is registered in your name, you sold it to somebody else, they did something bad with it, they're going to come looking for you because as far as they're concerned, you still own it. Hi, Canadian girl. Welcome. I'm glad you popped in. I hope you enjoyed. This is open mic night on the Raw side. So that means we get to ask any questions, talk about anything and everything. And I enjoy it because then it's more interaction with the community. But normally we do paranormal interviews with investigators and people like that. But open mic is for everybody to join in and ask the questions. As a human, I find it horrifying. Time to change back into a unicorn. Yeah, unfortunately, the unicorns didn't make out so well. But yes, yeah, it depends on the state. Every state has their own certain set of regulations. So it's, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right, Steph. That is right. I don't trust Steph in a live chat, let alone with a gun. Oh, you make Justin nervous, Steph. Well, you just be nice to her and you don't have anything to worry about. Let's see, Steph. I found out my ex couldn't own a gun at a gun show. Eyes roll. Steph, I honestly have no issue with people owning guns. I just think that the laws need to close the loopholes and make it to where you don't get a gun if your background check isn't in. Yeah, exactly. No, yes, you do have to do all of that. So, Justin, So will Justin be the centerfold in his no, the centerfold is somebody else for September, but he did make a paranormal sexy man. Uh, the public has spoken and he won. Oh, see, okay, there it's changed. Bill says, yeah, now you have to have a background check for the ammo as well. See, things change so quick over the years. The jumper as well as poison K2 meter candy. Well, if he wants to pose for a picture in the jumper, then we'll have to arrange to make him the centerfold. uh, Justin, you should see me at the range. I'm a pretty good shot. I'm pretty good with my AR-15. I'd have to admit, you know what, Steph? It's handguns. I suck. I have apparently a weak. My wrists are weak. But yeah, you give me something like that, or just a rifle or any stuff like that. I'm dead on, totally dead on. But handgun, stinkeroo. And of course, I never went through the problem of getting like a hand brace or anything like that, and I just didn't. I wasn't that much into it to have to be bothered. So, like I said, mostly we did is target shooting. So I rather use a rifle. It's more fun. Except my son has this one. It's a German rifle. It has a bayonet on the end of it. This thing is like a cannon. When he shoots it, fire comes out the end. I remember when he got it and they shot it the first time. I'm like, oh, no, no, no. I wouldn't shoot that one. It's loud. And I mean, it made his shoulder jerk back. I'm thinking it ripped my arm right out. I said, no, that one I pass on. Julie, exactly. But the thing is that if we give the government that kind of authority, then you might as well forget about it. Society as we know it is over when you have to have people to have a license to have a child. Unfortunately, there are people out there that don't deserve to be parents because they stink. But yeah, I just, it's just awful. But I think our government has too much authority over what we can and cannot do as it is. And I want to thank you, Sage Rat, so much for the gifted membership that you did. Wonderful, wonderful. I just want to make sure I didn't miss that. Let's see. You didn't mean a well-positioned chopper. Oh. So what you're saying, girls, is that you want to pick the outfit that Justin wears for centerfold. Uh-oh, Justin, run. You're in trouble. I also think that ammo should be treated like controlled meds. We have computers. They can be tracked. Look at how much ammo some of these mass shooters have had. It's insane. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I think now that's why it is controlled now. You're only allowed so many boxes, and you do have to fill out paperwork. I didn't know you had to do the background check, but thank you, Bill, for letting us know that. Yeah, they pay attention now. Even now, I don't know. What about reloading, Bill? Is that still allowed? Because I know for the longest time you couldn't get the gunpowder to reload your own rounds. So I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Because I know somebody who used to do reloading because it was cheaper. And he had everything to do it, but I don't know if that's allowed anymore. Hello, Spaghetti. Hello, hello. Chris says, no, I'm sorry. No one needs an AR-15 or something like that. Gun change single shooter to a machine gun, rapid, no one. But they're fun to shoot, Cree. I have to admit it. They are fun to shoot. When we lived in Missouri and you go on the farm, that's where we used to do our shooting. And we would set up cans and hang them off of trees and all that. And it is just a blast to shoot one of those. It really is. you just, yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, you have to enjoy the sport to really appreciate the weapon. Uh, Steph said they robbed my home during the day years ago and missed my youngest coming home from school by 6 minutes. By witness reports, cops, they said they didn't want to even think what would have happened. Oh, Steph, that's scary. See, that's what I'm saying. We shouldn't have to think about stuff like this, but we do, and I don't know. It's just so scary. And then we have to, worry about our kids and our grandkids growing up. It gets worse as the generations go by. It gets worse. What do we do? What can we do? Okay, see, Bill, you should have been on here because then you could have discussed all this. An AR-15 is a single-shot civilian gun. The M4 is a full auto used by the military. That the AR-15 looks like the M4. Ah, very good. See, and my husband's not around, so yeah, because he could get into this too, because he was up all on his weaponry. I've seen some stuff on YouTube videos with some of these guns, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I wouldn't even want to shoot anything like that. Holy crap. There was one, I don't even remember. I'd have to ask my husband what the heck the name of it was. This thing was like shooting a cannon. It was, I was waiting for the guy to get knocked on his ass. And then they show him shooting it like, the ballistics gel or at a refrigerator. I mean, it just tore it up. It was like, holy moly. A well-regulated to be necessary to secure a free state. The right for people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I get that every month. And Creed, tell that punk ass that uses those guns illegally. Machine guns are fully automatic. AR-15s is a semi-auto, meaning everything you pull the trigger, one bullet comes out, not rapid fire. Hi, Pam. Welcome, sweetie. Yeah, that's the thing. Now that they could do it with a 3D printer, what do we do? See, there's always that two sides, somebody, is harmed by a knife. Okay, well then now knives are illegal, and you got to use a spoon to cut up your food. I mean, just see, that's what I'm saying. There's that both sides of the fence. It's just awful. How about people, raising their children to be good, human beings? That's a starter. But unfortunately, you got babies having babies that don't want to pay any attention. So they learn and they get their education from the streets. And that's the worst place. And then you end up with problems. They sell parts that could change the semi to automatic. They were even found in Las Vegas. Handguns and lots of extra lying. Yes, that is true. But I see that's another thing. As far as you used to be able to purchase things like that online and have it delivered to your home. And now, yeah. I mean, in New York, forget it. You can't, if you go there, can't deliver in New York. They won't deliver any of that stuff here. So it's contraband. It's brought in from the outside. Let's see. Pop says, isn't that for lakes and rivers, Laura, or the C2? Here, you don't need a license for boats at all. All I know is that they just recently changed that you have to take a boating course. And I think it's only for certain age groups, to be honest, Pomp. I'd have to look it up. I don't remember, but they did just pass it that if you are, and no matter what body of water you're in New York, you have to have a license for it. It used to be just, driver's license, you're good. But no, they changed it. Cree, it's actually not. It's just lets the trigger to be pulled faster and pulse. So it's still not a full auto. Yeah, you're right. It says you can only get a gun from individuals without a bag. Yeah, it has to be a private sale. But like I said, if that happens and then that person does something that's criminal, the person that was last registered to will be blamed for it. So it's not good. If you're going to do a private sale, you do it through a gun dealer, bring the weapon to the dealer, and then the transaction will take place there where they will change the ownership of the weapon legally. It has to be done that way. So then if anything does happen when they do look up, the serial numbers, they'll say, okay, it's owned by this person now. So that's who we need to go talk to. I understand that, Creed, but I would rather be armed than having only an invader armed in my house. I could protect or save even one person in my home. I'll live with that. Hell, I'll die for that. Yeah, I agree. I am for us being able to support ourselves as far as protection. And like I said, if you follow the rules and you have it's legally done, I mean, you're not going to go around and pop a cap on somebody's ass every time they go past your house. Unfortunately, the criminal has more rights than we do. Bill says, yeah, if you sell one of your guns to someone, better prep for some prison time. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Bill, it's got to be done the right way. Sorry, remiss of me. Hey, Laura. I said hi, Joe, but hi again. I know she just jumped right in. That's okay. Sometimes, when we're having a good conversation, people just jump right into it. And I love it. Steph, I don't have a problem with you owning a gun. I just honestly think the regulations for owning one were tightened up, and even gun owners are saying this. I don't want to take them. Yeah, you know what? I think, but the way they're doing it, Cree, it sucks. It has to be done a different way. Because all they're doing, well, let's put out this law, we'll put out that law. It's not changing anything except for the legal citizen. So there has to be a different way to do it. Because you figure, okay, the background checks, and then of this law, that law, you can't own this, you can't own that, or you can't purchase this or purchase. Okay, they've been through all of that, and it's still that they're still in the streets, and not for nothing. A lot of them are coming from different states, different areas that don't have the kind of strict regulations like New York. So that's another problem. They're coming across borders that people just don't know. When they cross the border, they're not going to admit, well, yeah, hey, I got a whole trunk full of firearms. It's also that I just found out recently. Now, even if you are legal, your weapon is legal. If you are traveling with them, say you're going to go to the gun club or the sportsman's club or whatever, or even if you're going to take it to a gun dealer and sell it or get rid of it, it has to be in a hard gun case that is locked. Soft cases are no longer legal. So you have to have a trigger lock on the weapon, a hard case, and the case has to be locked as well when you're transporting the weapon. So see, I mean, they're getting tough. It's just that it's tough on the people. They follow the rules. Stuff says I'm better with my 45 than my 9mm. Yeah, the 9. Yeah, we had the 9, and like I said, I sucked, big time sucked. It's yeah, it's hard. It's hard, a lot of people, and I respect everybody's opinion on it and how they feel about it. Some people are scared to death of firearms. Don't be. Get your education. Nobody says you ever have to own one, but still get the education on how it works. I think it just helps you, feel better about it. She says, I feel more comfortable with a heavy. Maybe that was my problem. It was just, I don't know. Like I said, I shot it, couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But you give me that rifle dead on. So like I said, I might have had to have a brace for my wrist. And maybe something a little heavier. But yes, thanks again for that gifted membership, Sage. I really appreciate it. Um, I've got to find out because I forgot. I can gift memberships. I just got to figure out how to do it, guys. When I figure it out, we'll start handing them some out. But every little bit helps. It goes all back into the channel. And I appreciate every single one of you. Oh, geez, Bill. They might be actually pretty interesting, Bill. You could do like a training course on, the weapon itself, the conditions that you need to use the weapon. They would be pretty interesting. Of course, I don't know about YouTube. I mean, I know I see a lot of them on there, but I don't know if what kind of trouble. I don't know. I don't know what the guidelines are for some kind of learning or training video that is. Oh, Boo said, I thought the whole point of centerfolds was no clothes. Yeah, but I don't think any of the guys in the community are willing to send me any nude photos of themselves to put in the magazine. And I don't think their wives would appreciate it either. Leanne says you could buy ammo online without restrictions, reloading supplies too. It used to be that way, but I know that they changed it for New York. So I'm not sure, Leanne. Because we had a friend who was actually he used to give courses on firearms and bow and all of this and hunter safety courses as well. And he used to do reloading all of them. I mean, he had the whole setup, the whole spiel. And I remember after he passed, his son got all of that stuff. And then we were having all of the issues with the shootings and all of that. And that's when New York come up with the restrictions about gunpowder for reloading. So I don't know if you're only allowed a certain amount or you're not allowed to do it anymore. So like I said, I haven't been up to date on all of the new regulations because it's just a sport that we don't do anymore. Let's see, Laura, I was saying people should go to classes before they give birth. I never said anything about license to having oh yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. They should take classes, Julie. They really should, but they don't. And the classes are offered everywhere. But the point I was getting at is if, once, you get like all of the government involved in something like that, then I don't know. It's just, yes, classes I think are important, but the majority of them aren't going to take classes. The majority of them are kids that shouldn't even be laying down making the babies. Yes, but it's harder to find smokeless powder, but you still have to register everything you buy. Okay. Like I said, everything is so different now. All right, yeah, and he says that he is speaking about New York laws. Leanne says, yeah, that the full automatic guns are illegal without a special license. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would believe so. But I mean, really, what does a civilian need with a fully automatic weapon? Unless you plan on doing something you shouldn't. I mean, I don't see anybody hunting with a machine gun. Of course, there's probably some goofball that would, but then it would be, it'd save you a trip to the taxidermist as when you want to, clean the deer or whatever, you just take the head right off. Okay, she says, carburetors and coffee. I know that, but when you add the attachments, you could change it into a rapid fire automatic and it acts like a machine gun. Yeah, she's right. Yeah, but like I said, I don't think you can get those here. That's the thing. Every state is different. The rules are different. Not for another, I don't know. Should it be the same rules for every state? I don't know. Okay, Sage, we'll be here. said all series are devices that convert semi-automatic firearms, which are designed to fire one shot per trigger pull, into fully automatic machine guns. But like I said, each state is different, so I don't know if we can get those here legally. Because you go online, you go order stuff, and there's a lot of times where I've wanted to get something for son. Oh, my son, knife collector, and I wanted to get him a specific knife that was designed maybe from like a movie or whatever, and it says it will not deliver to New York, so I couldn't get it. So I'm sure that they do that with a lot of the gun parts as well. Okay, Cree, you are wrong. There are no attachments. I have 5 AR-15s. What you are referring to is a pulsating trigger. It's still not full auto. You are just not correct. An AR-15 can't be converted internally. Oh, so that's something that, all right, we need to look that up then. Even though Bill is pretty much up to date on all of that stuff because he owns these things. That's something we'll have to check into. Actually, you guys can check into it. Like I said, we don't. Hi, Miss Claire. How are you doing, sweetie? She says, hey, wonderful lady. Excuse just popping in to say hi. Been so busy bringing the last week of kids' holiday. Gone so quick. Hope you're well. Oh, I'm doing well, sweetie, and I hope you are too. That's right. You guys, all the kids are going back to school. Sorry. It's just, even though mine is all grown up, it's like, it's a holiday for the parents. Yay, they're going back. Oh, Bill, you built yours. Awesome sauce. That is cool. I know somebody else that does that too. It's pretty neat to be able to put that together. Now, all right, I got a question for you, Bill. Here's, and you could answer. Seeing that if you self-build something like that, what is the process when you are finished? Do you have to take it in to have the serial numbers and the weapon registered? What are the rules for something like that? I don't want to take guns from people. I just want them to tighten the regulations. If y'all remember the time you couldn't even buy AR-15s or any guns like them. Yeah, there was a time, Cree. And no, we get it. We know you want people to have their rights. But yes, it is the regulations and the rules. I don't know. We just got to figure out a way to make it work, Shit, what is he? Leanne says, oh, freak. Go to Windsor Castle. They took that stuff I had gotten through TSA for years, and they were extremely polite and apologetic about it. So they just took them away. That's what you're saying, Leanne. Well, that's just, sorry, guys. That's bullshit. I told him, no, you want it? You're going to pay me for it. I paid for it. And Bill says, no, you couldn't buy an M16. All right, I got to catch up. I got to catch up, guys, because I wanted to know what his answer was as far as if you construct your own firearm like that. What is the procedure to have it taken care of? Oh yeah, I know, Cree. It's you think that something so simple would be easy, but it's not. And like I said, it's big corporate money. They rule, the game. If they make it too strict and people stop buying, and it's money. They lose out on money. And I feel sorry for our kids too. When you go to school, now it's like going to prison. When we went to school, when we were kids, you used to be able to come and go, go out to lunch, go home for lunch. Or I went home every day for lunch when I was in school. Or, when we got into high school, there was a place across the road from the school. It was called Campus Inn. You'd go over there. It was a diner for the students. That's all gone because they're not allowed to leave. Not allowed to leave. It's scary. She said, "What's say to me is that everyone thinks that because people want change, it's because we want to take their guns and we don't." Yeah, no, not everybody thinks that. I mean, we know that you want it to be, excuse me, you want it to be fair, but you want security as well. I get that. Because and the world is a mess. It is, and it's hard. It's so hard. Hey, Helena, how's it going, sweetie? You feeling better? I hope so. We had to set it up sometime so you can come on, see that you missed the interview. We'll have to have you come hang out. Yeah, it sucks. That's the part of the problem. Stuff is coming in from other states and it's illegal. That's how they're getting this stuff. Right, Laura, my thing is you don't belong in my home. I will defend me and mine if possible, but the justices have no right to tell me I must leave my safe spot. Yeah, I agree with you too. If anybody come in here, you're not walking out. That's just the bottom line. Now, my son is grown and on his own. I don't worry about it as much because, it's just my husband and I and the dog. And like I said, the dog's going to get him first. And then I'll follow up with the baseball bat. You're going to be hurting when you're leaving. And yeah, nobody should tell you that, you don't have the right to defend yourself and your family. You're right. You're exactly right. Because the criminals don't care. They're just going to go down on the corner at the bar and say, hey, you got my stuff? Yep. Give them the money. They get the paper bag. And then they go off and commit their crime and then throw it. The usual spot in our area is the Mohawk River. That's where they throw it. She says here, let's see. I also think that they need to crack down harder on those caught with guns that aren't supposed to have them. They've been doing this in the city here that we are in. A lot of raids, and they're getting a lot of those 3D. I forget there's a name they call them. I forget what it is, but they're catching them. They're getting them and they're catching them. So at least the police force here is doing something about it. I don't remember what the hell they're called. What are those? What are they called? Do you know, Bill? Those street ones. Hello, Big Stu. How are you? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got something to do with like gemstones or something like that. I don't know, Helena. I haven't figured that out either. One step at a time. I'm just still trying to get equipment working right or, getting new stuff so that the show's better for you guys. And so one step at a time. But yeah, I got to figure out the gifting. I think I have to be on the YouTube channel to do that. And right now I'm seeing you guys through the StreamYard, not the channel. Yes, the training is the most important. It really is. And yes, just basic schooling as well. Not just, the training and the use of the firearm, but they need basic schooling on how to store these firearms, stuff like that. How to have a discussion with your children about this kind of thing if it's in your home and you've got kids. It should be a course that people have to take. They might do that now in the training courses. I don't know. I was trained and taught by my father. And then, my husband. So back then, we didn't have to go through classes. Sage says, I grew up on a farm with a loaded weapon by the front and back door. It comes down to being, a responsible person. Yes. Yep. Exactly right. And unfortunately, nowadays it's really hard to find responsible people. That's common sense is totally shot out the door. Morals, manners, everything. We were just talking about that too. Manners. That no manners whatsoever. People are just rude. It's an all about me society. It's just a bunch of BS. Get out, Bill. You did. For what? What did you do? 6? Was it the music? Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. When he turned the radio on. Bad boy. Bad boy. I forgot all about that. And the stinkers nailed you. Was it just, were you flagged, or is there going to be an issue with it, Bill? As far as you doing a live stream? Yes, Leanne. Yeah. New York is a totally different animal. You can't do anything here without paperwork. It's actually over the top, ridiculous. And that's what I'm saying. The people that follow the rules and the laws and all that in New York, that's what we're pissed off about. Because we do what we're supposed to. We follow the rules and regulations, and you can still be turned down or told, no, you can't do that, or you can't do this. Well, but what the heck, what can we do? Move. We're all moving to Texas. No, I'm not going to Texas. It's too hot there. But see, that's what I'm saying. You try to have, especially like my family is mostly hunting and target shooting. It's all just a sport. And that's being ruined. Okay, Palm, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you soon, sir. Oh, yeah. I thought if you got 3 copyright strikes, they shut your channel down. Was it just were they strikes, or were they just warnings, Bill? Never even dawned on me it was the music. And I get it. You needed it to calm yourself down because you were frustrated, but never even thought about it. Wow. Okay. He had to edit it all out. All right. Yeah, they usually just give you the red flag and tell you got to get rid of it. Otherwise, they take down the video. So, that's good. That's good. Necessary for security of free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be inferred with the Second Amendment. Yeah, and they're trying to take that away, but I don't see that happening here. If they tried to do that, I could see a huge uprising as far as people's rights to bear arms. Oh, yeah, you had to pay 30 watch hours. Yeah. So, good. I'm glad you fixed it, and it saved your butt. Yes, that was fun. That was fun. His little mini torch. And help you find your way back to the house. Let's see. Big Stu says, fun fact, you can't buy a full auto online in most places, but you can buy the individual pieces from multiple sources and assemble one yourself. Aha. Well, there you go, guys, if you want to buy all of that stuff. But yeah, I know it's like I said, they're not going to deliver it here. it's just Forget it, guys. If you're in New York, forget it. Uh, Helena, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. It's the first time I've been solo in a long time. Nobody wanted to come on with me. So I must, smell or something. I don't know. It's all good. But no, everybody was busy. But I'm doing good. I hope you're feeling better, Helena. It's terrible to be sick, especially, in the summer months. Last thing you want is to be sick. Blech. Let's see, Laura, possibility. If you send it to a registered dealer, you might be able to get it, but it'll cost you. You're right. You are right, Steph. You are right. It does have to go through a registered dealer. Actually, that was the deal with when my husband, when he was out in Missouri and wanted to transport his handgun here. It would had to have gone to a registered dealer, and they would hold it for a certain amount of time until my husband completed the paperwork to carry in New York. And if he was denied, then they would keep the gun and resell it through that's my husband goes, well, bullshit. I'm not going to do that. So we just left it with my brother-in-law in Missouri, and he used it, on the police force. So it's at least, it was, safe where it was, and that's the way it is. Oh, thanks for joining us, Purple Ronnie. We really, really appreciate it. Sleep well. Sleep well. Why would you take a gun that you built in? See, that's the question I was asking about Bill, because I think it has to be registered. I mean, in New York. I mean, as far as I know. That's why I was wondering if Bill could answer that question. If you do produce your own firearm at home through a kit or whatever, or however they do it, do you have to take it in to a dealership to have it registered, or to the state police to have it registered, so they know where this firearm is and who it belongs to? Because if something happens, what if somebody breaks into the house and takes this thing? Then what? This is, I don't know. It's just so much shit. It's not even worth it anymore, to be honest. Right. They can't say anything if they don't know you built it. Yeah, see, I'm saying there's just so many rules. Gives me a headache just thinking about it. The lower unit I had to buy from the FFL. That's the part that has the trigger assembly and serial number. Oh, okay. And the rest was bought online. They record the number of the lower unit before I build. Oh, all right. So it's already registered in your name before you even assemble. Okay, awesome sauce. Shit. Leatherman to exit for me to claim. I'm trying to. Yes, it was a wallet knife. They did walk my Leatherman to the exit for me to claim. Yeah, you see, you can't have any of that stuff on you, no matter where you go. Because I used to carry a small pocket knife in my purse, and then if you go into any kind of state or federal building, they'll take it. So always, if I had to go to any place like that, I would make sure I would leave it at home and didn't carry. Because you never know, because we're always out somewhere and you might need a knife to cut something. So that was pretty much the purpose of it. Julie wants to know what state she lives in. If someone comes into your house uninvited, you should be able to do anything you want or need to be safe. Yes, I agree. Canada's pretty tough, I think, on that stuff, aren't they? I think their rules are worse than ours, if I'm not mistaken. Alina says, I grew up with guns. You didn't step in the house at night without telling her if you were coming. She'd greet you with a shotgun. Well, back in the day, if you lived out in the country and there's nobody around for miles, Sorry, you were a prime target for, somebody just walking in. So, oh yeah, most of those ladies or, guys, they had the shotgun awaiting. And they didn't even wait for you to come in the house. It's usually when stepping on their property, they were on the porch saying, "What the hell do you want? Get off my property." Oh, see, yes, he says that you have to flee. Flee. Where are you going? Especially if the person has a firearm. When they're going to shoot you in the back. Yeah, you're going to get real far. I'm not that far behind, am I? Because I'm trying not to miss anybody's comments or questions. Helena says, I can gift on other people's streams, but not my own. People show me where it is, but I don't have that option. Maybe it's not available in Finland. Oh, I don't know. But actually, Carla reminded me. She goes, "Oh, you can gift memberships." I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right." So I got to figure that out. It's surprising that New York isn't a stand your ground law state. Yeah, it's messed up. But I look at it this way: yeah, if you are not welcome to my home and you break in to do me harm, I'm sorry. I don't care what they're saying. You're not walking out. I'm not saying that they're going to be expired, but they're going to be busted up. PM says, yeah, even in Canada, I grew up with guns, lived on a farm, taught to respect the firearms, also taught not to trespass and not to do things to get yourself shot. Yeah, because people would, especially farmers. If you're not, welcome, it was usually around here, they'd fill it with, rock salt. They'd shoot you in the cheeks. But yeah, heard it's pretty painful. She says, like right now, I can't find memberships here and pay for it. Everyone keeps telling me that I can gift memberships for free during my own stream, but I haven't been able to do that. Yeah, I think I have to be on the YouTube page to do that. I'd have to check that, but I'm always looking right here. I'm on the StreamYard page, and that doesn't give me the option from here to gift. Let's see. There was a woman recently near here that got charged presses against her because they said she could have exited, tried a second floor window, but instead she shot the intruder. Yeah, you gonna jump from a second floor window? Holy mackerel! Always somebody got an answer, for this bullshit. I wouldn't jump either. Piggy's back with some lunch. What did you get? Anything good? Bill says his guns have dust in the cabinet. Haven't been using them in a while, huh, Bill? You're supposed to clean them frequently, even if you're not using them. Sage Rant, I made ham and cheese Sammys. Oh, yummy, yummy. Hey, Bill, I was thinking of you the other day. My husband bought me a pound of German bologna, and guess what I made? Hey, hey, Sky Talker. Fantastic. She's hung around for a whole month. I love it. Woohoo. Yeah, time flies. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, she says, Steph, you shouldn't have to protect your home and family. Is why the Second Amendment exists. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're living hard times, guys. Hard times. And it makes you afraid for your kids and your grandkids. What's it going to be like when the grandchildren grow up? You're going to have to go out in bulletproof, clothing. So it's just a hot mess. Oh, I figured you were still sick, sweetie. So we'll set it up. Don't worry about it. Let me see. Let me get caught up so Bill stops teasing me. I'm better. I'm so happy it's fall already. The weather is making me happy. Yes, me too. I'm glad you're better. That's wonderful. Like I said, today was a perfect day, just like in the 70s. And I was like, yes, the heat wave is finally, finally let up. You see, if she'd only catch up in chat, Bill, you can't make me. You can't make me. Or as my niece used to say when she was little, I can't wanna. Mm-hmm. Boo says, if you purchase your own home, it's supposed to be, if you purchase your own at home, it's supposed to be registered. If someone breaks in and takes it, it's theirs, not yours, if you're smart about it. Okay. Well, like Bill said, if you're making your own at home, it's already registered before you get the firing mechanism. So there again, a problem, if it's stolen, that's why you got to hurry up and let somebody know that it's stolen. So if something bad happens with it, it's a hot mess. Yeah, I believe you have to go on, Helena, you got to go on your page when it's on the YouTube page when it's live. And where the little dollar sign is, you're supposed to click on that. And then it would say memberships. And then a thing scrolls up. And then I believe there's a section that says gifting memberships. And I think that's where you're supposed to click and do it. That's what I was told. I'll take all the sunbeams I can get. I could use them. Awesome interview with Matt on here the other day. Yeah, we had a great time. Interview went well. Hopefully it helps out with the documentary. That's what we're all here for. Sky wants to know what buckshot is. Did you answer that already, Bill, or do I have to answer? That's right. Fried bologna. I'm catching up. Fried bologna. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And I thought of you when I was taking a bite. And you are awesome too, Pinky. I appreciate it. Hopefully, everybody will stick around and continue to be members. Hello, Ryan. Hello, how are you? Ryan's coming up soon, guys, next week. Excuse me, I'm having him on next week. We are going to be discussing the Bridgewater Triangle. That's next week, right, Ryan? Without me having to, cheat and look. I have to cheat and look because I don't remember. My life is a blur. Yes, Ryan is next Wednesday. We're going to be checking out and talking about the Bridgewater Triangle. That place is so amazing. There's so much to dig into in that spot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it because he was just there, and I'm sure he's going to fill us in on all that fun adventure. Okay, Steph just explained what the buckshot is because Bill didn't answer me. It's a movie, Uncle Buck. That's funny. It's a great movie. If you made your own gun at home, you are smart about it. If someone breaks into your home and steals it, it's theirs. Their word against yours. They came into your house. Who will be believed? If they run the numbers, they're going to know who it belongs to. No matter what kind of crap that they shovel towards the authorities, all they got to do is run the serial numbers. And they'll say, well, nope, this belongs to Bill. There's no record of sale or legal sale. So yeah, I get where there would be a confusion. That's what I'm saying. If you don't, if you sell to a private person, you've got to do it through, the authorities or, the dealer so that the registration gets switched over to the correct name. Bill said it's made of Uncle's Laura. All right. See, Bill said it was fried bologna, or I read that one. Yeah, no, because he likes fried bologna, Sky. So my husband brought home German bologna, which I love. I only get it once in a while because he's not a fan. Yeah, yeah, ding, 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 with the trolley. um, so I made fried bologna sandwich, and I thought of Bill because that's one of his favorites. Hello, Dee. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. They built one without serial numbers? Oh, boo, really? Oh, oh, oh. Yes, it's easy to subscribe. Please, guys, subscribe if you can. Sweetie, Chessa Doodle Doo, how are you? We miss you too. And I'm glad you took the time to stop in and say hello. We've got to have Chessa on again. She's such a sweetheart. Ryan says he's made a potato cannon. I've seen somebody do that online. It was hysterical. You sleep well, Miss Cheza. We got to get a time for you to come and hang out with us. Cheza is such a sweetheart. Steph needs to go on. Yeah, we got to get Steph on too. A lot of time I invite people, either they're camera shy or they can't make it, but I've got to fill up, the schedule. So one at a time. Believe me, we'll get Steph on if she's willing. Sky says, ring, ring, ring with the bell, zing, zing, zing with my heartstrings. Your room's got me. Thanks. You're welcome. You'll be singing that all night. You're very welcome. Oh, Bill doesn't believe. Bill does not believe. He's a non-believer. Non-believer Bill. Steph is more than welcome to come on if she wants to. Many potatoes into the woods, lake, into the air, then ran away before they fell. Yeah, I know. He didn't get hit by a spud. Man knocked out by spud today. Hello, hello, Megan. Judy Garland lives in my ears. Yeah. Well, let's see a catchy tune. Sing it, Bill. Ding, ding, ding with the trolley. I'm put your service to the test. No, we could have, if Steph was willing to come on, I will put her on the schedule. Like I said, every time I ask people to come on, they're like, well, I'm too afraid. Well, there's nothing to be afraid about. We all know each other. And it's just like having a giant, Zoom chat. But some people are camera shy. Oh, good night, dear Betty, sweetie. Thank you for hanging out with us. You sleep well. Always in my thoughts, Betty, just to let you know that, honey. Always in my thoughts. Now, see, we can get Megan on. Megan is cheeky. You guys would enjoy that. Like anytime anybody wants to come on, you're more than happy. Or, I'm more than happy to have you guys on. Just touch base with me. We'll sneak you in the schedule. And it's a good time. Oh, well, Miss Steph, I am very flexible. If you want to come on, I can make it so that it happens. You just let me know. We could set up a time and a day. Even if we did it on a Wednesday, we could do it later. See, I'm very flexible. You got to be flexible, especially, being a podcaster. A lot of, I get a lot of my people are across the pond. They can't make it late at night because it's too damn late. So that's why I do it earlier. I'm getting looks because I'm staring at my phone. Oh, you're at work now? Oh. Tell him it keeps heating up in your pocket and you're trying to figure out why. I know. Isn't that picture awesome? That's on one of my new coffee mugs in the shop, guys. She's scary. Mind your P's and Q's, Bill. Yeah, Bill. You just let me know, Steph. I would love to have the lovely Steph on the show. And the ball's in your court. And Sky is still singing. She said, meet me in St. Louis, Louis. I'm trying to get home, but I'm delayed because of wing on my phone here. Oh, typing, not wing. Okay. Typing on my phone. Oh, okay. Get me laughing and I'll be snorting, squeaking. Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome, Megan. We got to set that up. Laura, Steph will be on next week. Well, I'm having Ryan on next week. Actually, it might be September is full, guys, which is awesome. Awesome. Actually, the 17th is an open mic in September. So we might set something up there. Mm-hmm. What about Saturdays? Saturdays, yeah, I have every other Saturday open. We could also do that. September, I'm going to be on somebody else's program 3 Sundays in a row. So I'm going to be doing probably like Chick Chat early so that I can make the other program on time. Somebody asked me to be on a paranormal panel for a 3-show series, and I agreed to it. But I'm still going to squeeze in the Chick Chat because I like doing that. I like when we just have an open mic and everybody gets in on it and talks. So like I said, if Steph's interested, she can message me and we could set up a time. Megan, if you're interested, we could set up a time. Anybody? Candy? I tried getting Candy. No, Candy doesn't want to do it. I've tried to get Raven on. I'm willing to let anybody come on. It's always more fun when you get people on in person because then everybody, I don't know, I just think we get to know more about each other that way. It's really great. Candy's camera shy. Well, then you just don't have to use an avatar. Hello, Tina. Welcome. Crease, social anxiety is real. Yes, it is. It is. That's why I tell everybody you could use an avatar like I've got up now. So just people are hearing your voice. You talk to people on the phone, it's the same thing. And I always try to make everybody very comfortable. Steph says I jumped on a live a long time ago with Jimmy. See, you did it for Jimmy, but we love Jimmy. We love our Jimmy. Oh, Sky says she goes, okay. You message me, Sky, and we'll set it up. That's going to be fun. Sky's so silly. Leanne says, I wear a plaque mask in my video. Yeah, see, and Leanne, same thing. You're more than welcome. See, I never know who's going to be willing, and when I reach out to a few, they're all like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I always tell everybody, just reach out to me. If you're willing, um, then let's do it. Okay. Well, then we're going to have you like on a chick chat, the Raven. So when you got Susan and Carla, uh, and maybe even Bill, if he's willing, we'll get on there and it'll just be a group thing. Steph says, I'm not shy. I'm just always on the go or sleeping. That's okay. Steph's saying, be quiet, Bill. That's enough. the invitation's out there, Steph. That's all I'm going to say. I don't force anybody. If you're not comfortable, I get it. Can I use my phone to go live with you? I think you can, Pinky. I would just send you the link and then you open the link and you should be able to open it on your phone. I'm not sure. Bill says, not me. Oh, why not? Steph and Bill on the same show. Now that's something. Sky. They'll be peeing and weeping. Oh no, get your rubber pants on, guys. Oh, there you go. Megan says that she does, Pinky. So yeah, like I said, I've got to fill up November or the odd days on Saturdays in September. So just we'll see what we can do. Me, yes, this is on StreamYard. I get those depends. That would get a copyright strike. We'll just have to, if you get carried away, Bill and stuff, we'll just do, beep. And there'll be a lot of beeping. I've been on lives using StreamYard on my phone. All right. So yeah, you could use it'll connect on your phone. Pretty cool. So yeah, the invite is for everybody. I welcome everybody to come on. It's great to touch base with the whole community. I think it's great. That's why I always want people to take part in the magazine, send in your stories and all of that. I don't have to put your name on any of it. We could just leave it nameless. But if you always wanted to share something about paranormal or just anything, and we put it in there. People enjoy the stories. Appreciate the invite, Laura. Oh, you're welcome, Steph. Like I said, when you're comfortable or free, we can set something up. Let's see. Raven said, yeah, chick chat would be cool. Okay. We'll have to set that up, Raven. That'll be fun. We always have fun on chick chat. See what I can accomplish. This is wonderful what I've done here. You bring us together, Bill. You're the glue that binds us together. Tina saying everybody at the same time. I think I have 10 seats. That's about it. Holy crap, would that be a show? Friday, my day off. Oh, all right, Joe, we'll have to see what we can do. I have to just, ahead of time, put it in ahead of time. And yeah, everything is possible. I just need to, we need to touch base, go over dates and time, and that's what we go. Kumbaya, my Lord. Now Bill's playing the guitar and singing. Steph says she's going to be driving, so don't say anything interesting for the next 10 minutes. Okay, we'll just sit here and wait. Go. We'll just wait. We'll just, Kumbaya, my Lord. See, we'll just sit here. I'll show you my little bat. See my little bat, guys. We have to wait for Steph. My little glow in the dark buddy. Okay, Sky, we'll still be here. Can I block Bill? I don't know. He's a mod. I don't think so. I'm not singing it again, Bill. I'm not in good singing voice tonight. Pinky says I have to bake cakes tomorrow. Ooh, what kind of cakes? Mega says I always speed. What kind of cakes? I don't want to turn my oven on yet, so I wait. It's too warm because I've been dying to make a cheesecake. In case you guys don't see her, through I was doing 89 in my Megan, you bet. But you know what, Megan, my husband does that all the time. That's normal speed for him. I just close my eyes and wait till the ride's over. Megan says I have a cookie, not cake. I had a chocolate chip cookie before we started. It was so good. She's making chocolate and vanilla swirl cake. Ooh. Here we call that marble. Is that you call it a swirl cake? We call it a marble cake. I timed Steph out for 10 minutes. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Even behind the scenes, Bill's a troublemaker. A sage says websites use cookies. Yeah. Well, the cookie I had was chocolate chip. F it, I'm making noodles. Oh, what kind of noodles? I like ramen noodles. And I cook them in a beef broth, add the eggs and the scallions, and oh my God, that's a meal in itself. Yeah, ramen noodles. I love ramen noodles. Even though they say they're no good for you, but yeah, if you eat them once in a while, it ain't going to hurt anything. Pretty much everything we eat is no good anyway. So you might as well die with a smile on your face, right? Now that the weather has been cooler, I've been looking forward to making the comfort foods. You know, like stews and like lasagna and stuff like that, you know. Soups. I like to make homemade soup. Tina said all things in moderation. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, just quick ramen noodles, chicken flavor. Yeah, there you go. That's what I do that. Steph has 5 more minutes. Yeah, I had but you're vegan or vegetarian, Raven? I'm not sure. I forgot. I say because I do the chicken, the ramen noodles, and then I add you add eggs to it, stir it in, like you get like egg drop soup. Oh, I like beef stew too, Bill. It's good. But I won't make that until the it gets cool. Speaking of stew, where's Big Stew? I know. I like Big Stew. I like saying that. Hello, Big Stew. I got chicken salad sandwich. Oh, those are good. 10:45 a.m. drizzle rain. Happy Thursday. We are on the train to Melbourne. 2-hour trip. Wow. 2-hour trip. Big beef stew. Yummy. With extra beef. I hate it when somebody makes stew and they don't put enough beef in it. Yes, have a safe trip. As an adult, I've never been on a train. I was born in South Carolina in a military base. We came back on a train, but I was a baby, so I don't remember any of it. I'd like to take a train ride. Butter's so expensive here. Really? Oh, Ray says, no, I'm a meat eater. Okay. Oh, Bill, Denny Moore. That is just like salt in a can. Come on, dude. You make fried bologna sandwiches. You can make beef stew. It's not hard. Get on YouTube, learn how to make your own. You'll be so much happier. I think Denny Moore is very salty. Yeah, see, Sage is very salty. It's unbelievable since the price we make. Oh, see, there you go. The missus makes it. I'm sure Michelle makes everything. She's a good wife. The butter here, I forget. I think $3.29 a pound. I think we pay. Must be why I like it. What, your beef stew or the Denny Moore? To be honest, I've never had Michelle's cooking, but you guys all look healthy, so she must be doing something right. Now we know why Bill is so salty. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he said both. Oh my God, I'm telling on you. I'm a telling. And like I said last night, if nothing's going on this weekend, if I can, I'll make it your way, Bill, and we'll do the grape leaves. Just let your wife know. Of course, I don't know what's going on yet, so we'll see. Yes, salty, salty. See, Laura, I knew you would be fine alone. Oh, no. I opened the door if anybody wants to join in. It's always fun when you have more than one. That's all right. I got no problems being on by myself, entertaining everybody. Sage says, what is in the works? I have such a list, Sage. It's just unbelievable. There's so many things I have to get. I was going to work on some of it today, and I did, but I didn't get it finished. I wanted to do a video on, or even a live on working the pendulum, because we were doing testing on that, and I wanted to do it so everybody could see. So that's on the book. I want to do a morning show, a coffee chat. I'm not sure if Bill's still going to be doing it with me. If he is, it's going to be great. And that's just going to be another like open forum talking about, life events and all that crap over just a cup of coffee. And then of course I'm booked pretty solid as far as interviews. But now that the temperatures have dropped, I want to get out and start in the cemeteries that I've located, and I want to do some more cemetery work and get some videos out. And I've been working on another video that I did this past summer. I'm still learning the Da Vinci. I've got it all in there. I just got to put it together with a voiceover, and then I'll be putting that out for everybody to see. I figured everybody would enjoy that. It was pretty fun. I know Saturday we have a benefit dinner to go to for that friend that passed away. Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll have to squeeze it in somewhere. I don't know. But I have a lot of things that I have plans. I just gotta get them, gotta get my butt moving. So seeing he's not going to be available Saturday. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go to the cemetery Saturday and maybe do a live from there. That'd be great. Bill said, no politics, religions, no guns. Well, of course not. We'll just talk about the coffee that we're drinking. That's all. So yeah, we just gotta wait. I'm waiting on Bill. Whenever he's ready to roll, I'm in. So I thought everybody would enjoy that, a morning chat over a cup of brew or tea or whatever you drink in the morning. Megan says, no, that's good because I have no muscles. Come on, you gotta work them up. It's easy. You get to work out at home. You just get cans of soup And you just up and down. You use those as weights. That's all. Gotta go get dinner for the fabulous fam. Toodles. Enjoy your dinner. And thanks for hanging out with us, Sage. We really appreciate it. If you could, hit that like button on the way out. Remember, guys, it helps. Every little bit helps. Liking, commenting. That's what YouTube likes. That's what we've got to do. And I always think it's a big pain in the ass asking everybody. But yeah, that's we got to play the game, guys. All I drink is Coke, occasionally a Monster. Well, then, yeah, you could have your Coke and join in on the morning chat. Coke for breakfast? Ooh, that's a little rough, isn't it? I got to be a little careful with my heart. But yeah, well, you do the low impact. Or do Tai Chi. I heard Tai Chi is very good for people who have issues with hearts and all of that. But yeah, you do raise the cup and see, there's a scary lady, if you guys can see her. So, you have a great night too, Pam. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Raven, I used to drink Coke all the time, but had to stop. I used to drink Pepsi all the time, and it burnt my stomach. That's how bad it was. I couldn't touch soda for a long time. Coca-Cola breakfast champions. When I have lunch, I have a Coke. So I got to cut down on that too. My ass is getting too big. I get rid of that sugar. D says no guns in Aussie, but 2 cops got shot and killed Monday. Big man hunted in progress for the shooter. Crazy. Oh, wow. See? No guns to the people who follow the rules, but the criminals got them. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, well, you're young. You can get away with it. Because I tell my son the same thing. Everything my son eats, he put hot sauce on. I says, you know what? You enjoy it now. Because when you get older, you're not going to be able to touch anything hot. Because your stomach's going to be shot. So you better think about it. I mean, I enjoy spicy too, but in moderation. You can't keep eating this. It's going to eat a hole right through your guts. And the same thing with soda. That's what it does. It's an acid, and it's just going to tear you up. I actually had to start taking, the purple pill. It took my stomach a couple of years to heal. So if I do have something, it's as a Coke at lunchtime, and I got to watch it because I don't want to have that acid reflux issue. It was horrible. Oh my God, it was horrible. The kind where it comes all the way up to your top of your throat. And it's burning the inside of your lips. That's how bad it was. So, yeah, had to give up the Pepsi. Have you ever seen the movie The Earthling with Ricky Schroeder? I've never seen that. What is that, Bill? I'm years behind on movies. That ain't a lie. They'll say, hey, Laura, have you seen this movie from like 1975? No. Like the movie you were talking about last night, Bill. Ratatouille, never saw it. Even though it's cute, never saw it. I know, bad. Chili is good for you in moderation. Great vitamin C increases your mind. Yes, I love chili. Love to make chili. But I have to make it mild because my husband can't have anything spicy because he's got the same heartburn issues. So I'll just put a little spice in mine. And usually what I do is like use cherry peppers, hot cherry peppers. I'll dice them up and put them in my part. But for him, I can't do that. It's from 1980, filmed in Australia. The Earthling. No, I never heard of that, Bill. See, 1980. I never heard. I don't remember hearing about it. Put it that way. Raven says, I get bad heartburn when I take my meds with water. It's so weird, so I have to take them with something else. Really? Have you talked to your doctor about that? Maybe there's something else you can, because it's not good to take it with soda. You shouldn't take any medication with soda. The Earthling is a great movie, Bill. Holden and Rick. Oh, I'll have to look that up. I don't remember it. I'll get the firewood. Is that part of the is that part of the movie? Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. I don't even remember the name. So it's something that I missed out on. A cop tased a 100-year-old female dementia patient who was walking from a nursing home because she wouldn't calm down and had a butter knife in one hand, and in the other hand, oh no. Come on, man. What's a 100-year-old woman gonna do? They could have just slapped it out of her hand, for crying out loud. And not for nothing. And if they had any kind of training with dementia patients like to steal silverware and hide it. Because I went through that with the first stages of my mother. We had to watch all the silverware because she would take it and hide it in her bedroom under her socks or whatever, in the windowsills and the plants. She would hide it. Mine, she would say, and yeah. Let's see here. You're having trouble streaming on Facebook. Okay. All right. I just got a notice that they're having trouble with the stream on Facebook. That's something I'm going to have to talk with Susan about. There's always an issue when we stream on Facebook. Dementia patients turn into ravens, hiding shiny things. Yes, it's the truth. That's what she did. She went through that. Oh, we had to remove all the silverware from the silverware drawer for the longest time because she would take off. And then you go looking for it and it's all gone and she's got it all piled up. And then it went to napkins and any paper products she would fold up into a ball. And and I would find this stuff all over the place. She's been good lately. Except she can't have napkins now because she thinks it's something to eat. So she'll get it in her cheek and then I got to dig it out. Like when a little kid gets something in her mouth, I got to do that. I got to pull it out. And so she doesn't choke on a piece of paper towel or something. So she can have no paper products at all. It's weird how they go through these stages. She had been semi-famous for skydiving at the age of 72. I think I remember that woman. And that was her? Shame on them. Shame, shame, shame. Like I said, dementia patients, they can't help it. They have no idea what they're doing. Their pockets, too. They put everything in their pockets. And it could be garbage, food, whatever. There's a wad of paper towel or something. Yeah, and you check their pockets. Everything that my mother had a pocket in, I had to take stuff out of. It's a rough road to travel, and God bless anybody that has to deal with it, because it's not just hard on them, it's hard on us, the family members, because she don't know who anybody is. She forgot about us a long time ago. All she knows is that we're her people and we feed her. That's about it. I'm not one of her favorites, and I take care of her every day. I'm not one of her favorites because I'm the one that forces her to take a bath. And they have a fear of bathing because they don't know where the water's coming from, even though they could see the shower head. It's a fear and it bakes them back away. And, I've got to, yeah. So I'm not her friend on bath day. Because I'll get, no. And I'm like, yes. And you don't want to be known as the stinky lady of the block. I said, the smelly old lady. I said, come on, let's go. You're taking a bath. Raven, we get nauseous from water because our gut pH levels are off. That's why we can't even scald water or throw up, especially on empty tummies. Too much acid makes more acid. Uh-huh. Oh, I like Christopher Lambert. Interesting. It's based on a true story about the kids with the schoolhouse. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to Fortress and Christopher Lambert. I don't remember that movie either. But I like Christopher Lambert. Another one I'll have to write down and check out. Oh, I don't get nauseous from it. It just happens when I mix it with my meds. That's really strange because they always tell you take everything with water. But if it makes you sick, then what the heck are you supposed to take it with? I know this never take it with soda. So maybe a juice or something, or I don't know if you can take it with milk. Because some medications you can't take with milk either. So yeah, that's odd. She's saying that's why you should eat B4 meds. pH levels are more balanced. Oh, me too, Joe. Yeah, Christopher Lambert. I love him. She says I avoid it forever now. I'm scared to try water with meds again. Huh? I just gonna yeah. You're gonna have to. I would talk to the doc or even the pharmacist and say why does this happen? Is there something you could tell me that I could take with it? I mean, because like I was saying, soda. If you're taking it with soda, oh my goodness, it's really not a good idea. That fortress that actually happened not far from me was scary. I remember it in real time. Oh wow, wow! I just sounded like crow back there. Wow. Yeah, see that the heartburn thing is probably your soda and those monsters. That stuff is really bad on the guts. You got to heal your stomach first. Oh God, I'd have to look it up. There used to be, there was a vitamin company, all natural vitamins, and it had a supplement that you would give you that they have that helps heal the stomach because I was taking that for a while and it worked too. But the purple pill worked great. But you get, when you're on that medication, don't just eat foods like you used to because you think you're okay. Let your stomach heal first and then slowly introduce yourself to other stuff to stop the heartburn because the heartburn's horrible. Too much acid eats away the liver. Oh, I don't think she means the liner. The liver. It eats the liver. The lining of your stomach. Yeah, it does. Issues my daughter is dealing with. No stomach liner, especially are trying to fit. I know, poor Steph. Your poor daughter. I would, of course, she has allergy issues too, right? So it's so difficult. I would go more natural with her, the most that you can. Maybe that's what she needs to have more natural cures to help with, to help with the healing. Actually, I'm going to start doing that. Is getting more into more natural heal. You know, do apothecary stuff. Go back to more natural. I think because a lot of our problems are stemmed from all of this artificial crap. Oh, that's why we're so sick. I'm just trying to clean it up. Stuff I timed you out and you're back yet, Bill. Oh, thank you, Candy, for sharing that. Yeah, all that new stuff in the shop. I hope you guys like the merch. I thought it was pretty cool. Bill helped out with some of it. I like, I like this picture and the new mugs are awesome. Totally honest, they are well worth the money. They're not that expensive, and it's a heavy duty mug. I love it. It's one of my favorites. The whole school was kidnapped. Only 12 kids. My primary school had 12 kids total. That's scary. That is scary. That's what I'm doing at the moment, guys. I'm helping healing my whole guts that way, Laura. I'm sticking to necessary diet: brown rice, grilled chicken, steamed veggies, or tuna. No more soda candy. Sorry, candy. Yeah, just I mean, nobody's saying that you can't have other things. I think it's really important on how we cook it, what we put into it, um, and just yeah, more natural remedies than all this stuff. That's I mean, because you take so much like like the ibuprofen and all of that stuff. I mean, they rot your guts out. But you're going to either suffer with pain or have rotten guts. See, there's no win-win there. We tried natural, but she's allergic to a lot of the stuff, so they had to test her first. Yeah, I would still go down that road. Have her tested for things like that and what she can tolerate. It's got to be anything's got to be better than pumping her full of chemicals. That poor girl. I know how she feels because, like I said, every time somebody wants to give me something for my fibro pain and my back pain and all the other pains, and I can't take any of it, I end up blowing up like a blowfish and have to go to the hospital. So then you get to the point where you're saying, screw all of it. I'm just going to suffer. Because, there's no quick relief in the emergency room. You're there for 10 hours. It just blows my mind. So just, forget it. It's pretty much what it is. Bill, just stop pushing buttons. Stop wielding that wrench like a hitman for the mob. I know, he was wielding that wrench. How dare you, Bill? I wasn't sure if the mods could do that to each other or not. See, it's pretty bad. I'm a mod and I don't even know that. Guess I won't make mod of the month in my own magazine because I do the best I can. Did Bill break the stream with his wrench? Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's not streaming on Facebook anymore. I don't know. I think I'm just going to give that up and just do it right from the channel directly. Trying to do all this extra streaming is a bunch of pucky. So true, Laura. Easier to put up with the pain than dealing with the side effects from the mess. Yeah, it's everything they've tried, and that's why I think I'm allergic to the coating on the pills. They haven't tested that. And you know what? And then there's shots that I need to have for my back because the back pain is horrendous. I'm afraid to have it done because I don't want to be sick for who knows how long in the hospital. And that's I tell the doctors I just give up. I just suck it up and deal what I can deal with. And then when it gets too bad, then you just go in a corner and cry for a little while. It's all right. Leanne, yes, he did. He touches everything. I know Bill can't keep his hands off it. It's a power. It's a what do they call that? A power trip. There you go. A little fibro fog there. He's wielding the wrench. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah. Oh, I love Mel Gibson too. Oh, he was so hot. Now he's a little spooky, but little spooky. All right, I'm on here. I'm going to see if I can do this. Membership gifting. All right, let's see what this says here. Oh, okay. Oh, I figured it out. I figured it out. Yay! There you go, guys. I figured it out. Hopefully somebody got one. Well, that was easy enough. She thought it was going to be harder than that. I clicked 2 buttons. There you go, guys. My gift to you. Because you guys are awesome. And they only let you do 5 at a time. So you could do one more. I can do it again one more time. So let's see. Let me try again. Because yeah, it is the end of the month. Might as well use them up, right? Oh, yep. There you go. That's my 10 for this month. So there you go, guys. There you go. Again, my gift to you guys. I really appreciate you guys and helping me to get as far as I have in this crazy YouTube world. I do have a goal. I'm hoping 1,000 subs by Christmas. But even if I don't make that goal, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a part of my world here. And the least I can do is, give gifted memberships. Why not, right? Hey, Ryan, you're still in here. All right. What the heck are we supposed to be doing when you do that? You say thank you, I guess. I don't know. I click stuff like that and nothing happens. Yeah, I went right on the YouTube pay on the YouTube stream. And yeah, you click where the little dollar sign is, and then it gives the option for me to gift my viewers. So there, I gifted. Oh, Megan, I hope I reach it before Christmas too. But I figure Christmas is, a good thing to shoot for. That would be a great Christmas present for me to be 1,000 subs and still going strong. Because I would love to continue to keep doing this for everybody. And even if I don't hit the goal, I mean, everybody, you got to set a goal, right? So that's it, 1,000 by Christmas. And then a great meal. That would be fun. Christmas celebration for 1,000 subs. I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah, Bill's not allowed to push buttons, Steph. No buttons for you, Bill. No buttons. Bill is a guy. They have a thing about buttons. I don't know, Ryan. Do you have a thing about buttons too? Because I know my husband does. If I could be, how the button, you have the fob for your vehicle, and I'm sitting in the truck, and my husband always clicks it to unlock the doors. Well, he'll be still upstairs. I'm sitting in the truck, and I hear click, click, click. And I'm thinking, I'm laughing. I'm thinking, fucking boob. I'm in the truck. It's already unlocked. He does it all the time. He goes, oh, it's just a habit. And or I'll have my window open. He has his window open. And then all of a sudden my window goes, he rolls my window up on me all the time. I said, will you keep your hands off the buttons? Leave my damn window alone. Does it allow free memberships for us to claim? No, you have to, being the content creator, you're allowed 10 free memberships to hand out to your audience, Bill. But I think this is after you become monetized. So you got to wait till you're monetized before you can gift the memberships. Otherwise, sorry, you got to pay for them. But that helps. Paying for the memberships helps us keep doing what we're doing. Ryan says, yes, push the buttons. I can't help it. Push it. So do you select the people? No, it was a random thing. So apparently YouTube picks the random person and puts it out. So yeah, it's a guy thing, I guess. I don't know. Gotta push the button. Okay, thank you. I always wondered that. Yeah. Have you seen the Aussie movie Razorback? Big Wild Pig? It's an old movie. No, I've heard of that though. Yeah, finally I know. Yeah, because I totally forgot about the gifting. And then Carla reminded me. I go, oh shit, you're right. I said, so let me see if I can figure it out. And I do remember that somebody was discussing on how to do it. And yeah, you just click on the little dollar sign, and then the option comes up to send out the gifted. I hear Sir Spook saying that and finishing it with an evil laugh. Oh god. Oh, him say yes, push the button. Doing electrical work, gotta press all the buttons and flip all the switches. If they blow up, then you did it wrong. You're right, you're right, Ryan. That's why you must have had a ball with that puzzle box that you got. I want to get one of those myself. I love those kind of puzzle boxes. Have you ever seen the newer Australian movie called Dangerous Animals? No. Just had wild pig for tea last night. Really? Okay. BMX Bandits was so cool. Young Nicole Kidman. Really? Oh, pretty cool. I never even heard of that one. BMX Bandits. Wow. I must be like hanging out under a rock, guys. I don't even. Never even heard of that one. Time Bandits. Yeah, I remember that. That's a good movie. Actually, I have that movie. What was the other one? It was really good that I like. I think it was called Jumper. That's where the kid could jump in and out of. Uh, well, it's not. Well, I say dimensions because he would like say, think of all Italy, and then poof, he'd end up in Italy. Um, I think that's what that was. Yeah, it's called Jumper. It's a nice rock, though, Laura. What's that? I missed something, didn't I? Oh my god! Finally found someone who knows that movie. Oh, the BMX Bandits that you're talking about? Yeah, I never even heard of that one, Bill. Yeah, Time Bandits. Yep. It was Jumper or Looper through. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it was called Jumper. And oh god, I can't remember the kid that played the main character, but what's his name there? The black guy with the dirty mouth always says the F word. He was the guy that was chasing after him because it was their mission to take those people out. Um, that was a really good movie. Great flick. We had a lot of good movies. Nowadays, I mean, we can't really say that. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe you can. And what was the other one there? Oh, God. Trying to remember the name of it. Oh, it had, I think Robert Urich in it. Oh, Ice. It was the Ice Pirates. Do you guys remember Ice Pirates? Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah. Black guy with a dirty mouth. That narrows it down. You know, he always says the F bomb, Samuel L. Jackson, but yeah. Ice Pirates, I was hysterical too. I love that movie. That was Clash of the Titans with the young Harry Hamlin. Oh yeah. Good one, Clash of the Titans. That one's my favorite. Oh, Monster Squad. I remember that. Oh my god, I remember that. Good thing you didn't say butt pirate. Oh, yeah, no, it was Ice Pirates. They go through the time warp there when God, has a giant, huge afro. Freaking funny. Hello, Sage. Welcome back. Yeah, Monster Squad was good. They had some really cute movies back then. Nowadays, when they advertise movies, I'm like, oh god, who wants to go see that? But I don't know. Apparently, a lot of people. I'm just out of the loop. Getting old. Let's see. Thank you, leftovers. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's nice to have the leftovers. You don't have to do that much work. Just warm it up. My husband only eat leftovers. I says, well, I guess you're having a sandwich. Oh yeah, what was that? Space herpy. Yes, that's so freaking funny. A space herpy. Me and Michael did a movie chat. Was all horror, very fun on his channel. Yeah, we like to throw everything in the mix. It usually goes through its phases. But what's going on in everybody's life? Then we hit, what's going on in the community. Then it goes to food. Food always pops up. Movies, games. I'm lost when it comes to the new games. So, yeah. Okay. Then still. Some of you may remember the Don Knotts and Tim Conway movie, Private Eye. Oh, yes, I do. Yep. Tim Conway, freaking funny guy. She's tired. Oh, no. Well, we're at the 2.5 mark, guys. We could just call it a night. She's getting twinkle fingers. Yeah. Has anyone seen the new movie Weapons? We want to go see it. No, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that advertised. It's been a long day for Miss Steph. Oh, Raven says weapons look good. Yeah. There you go. No, I haven't even seen. I'd have to look that up. Ryan says I got to put the kids to bed. I'll have a great night. Oh, you have a great night too, Ryan. I look forward to having you on Wednesday so we can chat about what's going on. So has anyone seen Raiders of the Lost Ark? I want to see that. And I didn't. You talk about me being behind. Come on, Bill. You've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. You goob. Have a great night, Ryan. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, and Joe's got to leave too. She's got to get ready for work. I appreciate you very much for hanging out with us. I'm going to let everybody go, seeing that it's the 2.5 mark. Either somebody's got to go to bed or somebody's going to work or just want to rest a little bit. And my husband's bitching me. I got to get the garbage ready, so it's got to be taken out. I want to thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I had a great time. I hope you did. Just, please remember to hit the like, comment, subscribe, the bells and the whistles, all of that to make the King YouTube happy. I appreciate everybody who donated and everybody who renewed or became a new member. I look forward to you guys all joining me again. And I think, again, let's see, I'll be on Saturday. So we'll see everybody Saturday. If not, maybe I'll just pop on just for the hay of it. You know what I mean? Everybody have a great night. And always remember to live life a little bit on the raw side. Have a great night, everybody.